welcome to the Gamers Table. It is Monday, and we're reviewing Wasabi!
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 Wasabi is a hell of a lot of fun.
The object of wasabi is to prepare sushi by laying ingredients onto the board, earning points by matching your recipes and meeting your challenges, and trying to do it all with style.
Not real ingredients, that would smell bad.
Success will earn you your choice of useful action cards. When the board fills up, the player with the most points wins. But an extremely skilled chef could achieve an early instant victory by completing 10 challenges before the board fills up. Balancing speed with technique will be crucial if you plan to win the contest.
Wasabi is a game that I researched, I read about it, and I thought, wow, that'd be a fun game. It sounds good. There's nice quality components and everything. So I went and I bought it, introduced it to my friends. They all enjoyed it. But one thing I've noticed about wasabi is I generally don't do very well at it.
So you get your little menu-looking thing where you can have up to 3 recipes on shelves in there that you're working on at any one time.
Get a little wasabi bowl.
Wasabi!
Wasabi!
There's the big board that ingredients are laid out on of different types, and you basically take your recipe and have to get all those ingredients.
In a row.
What?
Yes.
It's all sushi.
It's sushi and rice and...
Yeah, you got tuna, green onion, tofu, well, that's
Those are all the
German.
different
Sorry, that's the German
ingredient
side.
tiles.
Yellowtail, clam, crab.
And here's some example of a recipe. You got the spider roll. It's a 3-ingredient
Pointer.
recipe.
3 points.
And you get maki, crab, and cucumber for this sushi.
You get more points if you get them in the order that they're on the recipe, but just completing them in any order still gets you the card.
Yes, there is a specific order, left to right. If you get them all in that particular order, exactly the way
You
it
get
is.
it in style,
Yes.
and you get a
Get it in
bonus
style.
card.
So as you're playing, you have some tiles in front of you that you're laying onto the ingredient board. Now this is where some of the screw you factor comes in, because you can see somebody's going for that and he needs this. I can put this on top of it. Now he can't get that until somebody takes that ingredient.
Yes, you've got
For
cards that
you
allow
who
you
don't
to
like
do
the
different
screw you
things.
factor in games, you seem to
Yeah.
have no problem with this one. I can't really blame them for me not winning. I don't know what it is about this game. It's just I don't get it. I'm not great at it.
Well, yeah, the cards really matter in this one too. You got one here. It says, where is it? Stack. Play into the kitchen. The kitchen is your board. You may play your ingredient on the top of another one for this turn. So you end up messing up someone's recipe that they're trying to build on the board by placing another tile.
Not
right on
someone's.
top of it.
Mine.
Yours.
Mine.
Yours,
Always
or
mine.
Chris's, yes.
You bastards.
So yeah, there are cards like that where you can screw around with the other player's recipes or change it. If, hey, you're trying to make a similar recipe, but it's going to change a couple of the ingredients around. Then yeah, you can mess up the other guy and help yourself out at the same time.
So that might be the one thing we maybe didn't make clear about this. You're putting the tiles on the board. That's where you get your completed recipe from.
Yeah.
So you're trying to put them on your board in the order that you are. And as soon as somebody sees you starting to lay stuff in order, that's when they start firing out something that's not going to be in order.
Yes.
And you hope at least please be the ingredient that I need.
And when you complete the recipes, the more difficult the recipe, the more points. Obviously, I guess. And smaller recipes, fewer points. This area is for more players over here. So if you got a smaller group, you're playing this general area. All your ingredients are left off to the side of the board, according to where
It's good
the
organization.
pictures are. Yeah, it's organized really well. See, actually, it tells you on the bottom there. Again, component vision will show it. 2-player over here, 3-player, 4-player. The little green dots on the bottom of the board there. A cooking game. What? Some, raw sushi stuff, but wasabi. Wasabi! It's just, it's a lot of fun. It's not my favorite game.
If the entire board is full of ingredients, game ends. And then
Oh, right, you got
who-
nowhere else to place tiles anymore,
Yeah.
so once the board's
See,
full, that's it.
The game normally starts we're all, okay, this is not bad, not bad. And I'm realizing, okay, I'm not winning. Okay, let's just fill this board up. Let's get this board filled up as fast
The
as I
funny
can.
thing is,
Let's
Chris
just
is
get
randomly
it
trying to
over
fill the
with.
board up and make it worse, and it's like keep putting all this. All right, another style recipe. Thank you.
So one thing you want
like, okay,
yeah.
end this game, end this game.
One thing you want to do though is in this one you want to try and get your more complicated recipes on the board as soon as possible because you're going to run out of room. You would save your smaller recipes, the 1, 2, well not one, but like the 2 ingredients, 3 ingredients, for the latter half of the game if possible, because you need the room for the larger ones. Use 5 ingredients for your large recipe.
This is from Kenny. I recently picked up Discworld Ankh-More Pork because my girlfriend and I are big fans of the Discworld series. The game turned out to be a lot of fun, even for the players who hadn't read the series. If you like the books or just want a short but fun competitive game, you should give this a shot. The cards match the theme wonderfully and are entertaining. If you've read the books or not, they're still very interesting. I love the game and I'm not a big fan of competitive games and recommend it strongly. Keep up the great reviews, Kenny. Now that's good to hear because I have read pretty much all of the Discworld novels and I know it all. Chris and Ken haven't. And the other Discworld game, Guards, really much relies on you having read the novels to get all the enjoyment out of that game. And it's long, too. It's not a short game. So I'm looking forward to getting that one because I would like one that was based on a theme that I enjoy that these guys will actually want to play as well.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Guards. This one might be better.
Remember you guys playing when we had enough people over here to actually get 2 games going. I wasn't in on that one.
Yeah. And we played the short version as it was, 3 instead of 5 spells.
Oh my gosh.
Here's another new addition, well, relatively new addition to the Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition line, which is the Shadowfell, Gloomrot and Beyond. This is a supplement for the Dungeon Master, mostly, that adds a lot of really dark and creepy stuff to the game. You have a big book, which is obviously your source book with all sorts of information, and new monsters and so forth. A lot of new monsters. Most of this stuff is expecting your characters to be level 10 and higher, though I have ran a campaign and threw this against characters that were a lot lower. Not because I'm a nasty and mean fellow when I'm DMing it all, but because it was 4 of them, so instead of equaling, I just put fewer monsters, or one of these and some other guys, because I had a storyline based on going to the Shadowfell in play at the time. Which is nice, because it is a very, very dangerous place. It's very gloomy, it's very, it's kind of emo, in a way. But it is some interesting thing that your players probably have not experienced before. And it comes with other stuff here too. We got a couple of adventures. If you want to throw 10th level characters above into a Shadowfell adventure, we got one for you right here with all the information you need. You guys have seen how these adventures work out. And we got us a nice, again, as usual, the big giant map, double-sided, one side of the city. Close up, other side is the Gloomrot and Shadowfell area. We get a lot of new monster tokens. Big ones, little ones, all sorts of ones. And we get these cards, similar to the fortune cards, but these ones not so nice. So you get stuff like, you get this card, and it's a madness card. And until you overcome this despair effect, these are called despair cards, you cannot flank an enemy. And your key skill is thievery. If you're trained in thievery, you gain a +2 bonus to the roll to overcome this despair effect. So you can get rid of these things, but they're kind of nasty, and you can get stuff, if you draw this particular one, Rampant Despair, immediately discard this card and draw 2 more. So, it can be bad for your character, but they can be gotten rid of. They're not permanent things. But they do allow your characters to get a little bit more into the Shadowfell mindset, into that doom and gloom thing, because you give them things that help them to roleplay. And let's face it, 4th edition is all about the story. Well, mostly about the story. Actually, it's mostly about fighting each other all the time, but you know what I mean, don't you? Anyway, this addition to the Dungeons & Dragons 4th line adds a lot of stuff for the Dungeon Master to get creative and gloomy and emo. And I showed you in a other episode the Heroes of Shadow. That's the player options for this particular setting that allows you to create basically the Call of Cthulhu style mage. That's what I was looking for, in the game, and I was able to create that. And it works obviously with all the other 4th edition stuff. You don't need to have all of this to use some of it. So wrapping up for Wasabi, I give Wasabi a 9. It meets pretty much all of my criteria for theme, for ease of play, ease of teach, and for a fun time. There's a little bit of adversarial stuff, but not a lot of now you're not having any fun in the game anymore. No, I just sort of messed up the order of one of your recipes. It didn't really wreck everything.
Yeah,
you
you
were
still
trying
got
to
a chance to complete it. I'm going to give it an 8. It depends on the cards what you get. You know, you have to make sure you get some of the cards in this one to help your turns out, because if you don't, you're just relying on what everyone else is putting down or what you're putting down on the board. You got to mess around with it, move things around. But yeah, this one is a lot of fun. The rules are pretty simple to learn. It's, I think what is it? 4 pages here. It's a well put together game. The quality of the pieces and everything is nice and sturdy, and I like these little melamine bowls give you too. That's neat. But yeah, there are games I like better, but this one is solid.
I give Wasabi a 7. Not that.
So that's it for another episode of the Gamers Table. Tune in next week for another review of another game.
Because yeah, that's what we do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah. Tune in onto the YouTube tuner. It's not a tuna.
Not a tuna. It's just octopus. It's not a tuna. And what's the win condition again?
10 recipes, or you read it out in the thing.
No, I didn't read it out. You read it out.
Oh, I read it out in the thing. As
Do you
usual, I
remember?
read the rules and Ken doesn't
And I didn't
listen.
pay attention. Well, apparently you didn't pay attention either, because you can't remember. Ah.
Welcome to every game we ever play.
Yeah, we haven't played it in a while,
It's
but it is a
true.
fun game. I enjoy it a lot.
What else do we need to review? I don't know. Wasabi, Dungeon Lord. Got Eagle. Just the Fire and Dominion. Right? We did bad games. Guess I'm done. Wasabi!
Wasabi.
Wasabi!
Wasabi.
Wasabi!
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Wasabi!